Hello, welcome to this second year transition resource. Making the transition into your second year can be exciting and challenging, so it's important to be aware of some of the key expectations regarding your studying and learning. Firstly, it's important to be aware that your second year grades will most likely count toward your overall course grade. It's a good idea to check your program and module details on Surrey Learn to understand the weighting of assessments for your modules. Secondly, you can expect to have an increased workload in your second year, so it's important to manage your time effectively and be organised from the outset. Finally, along with the increased workload, you'll be expected to consistently apply higher order thinking skills when producing assessment work. That means being critical by considering various questions when thinking, reading, and writing. To help, we are now going to discuss how you can become more critical when studying and learning. Something which may be of use to you is the critical thinking model shown on the screen. This model provides a range of key questions which can help you make sense of a topic or issue. The questions encourage higher order thinking skills, allowing you to be critical with your thinking, reading, and writing. It's important to be aware that the model could provide the structure for a whole assessment or for a particular section or paragraph of an assessment. Also, you may not be able to answer all of the questions highlighted, so be mindful of applying the questions that best suit the requirements of your assessment. Looking at the model more closely, first we have the description section. In any assessment, it is still important to describe what you are linking to, and that can be achieved by considering questions such as who it involves, what is it, this might include a definition, when it occurred, and or where it happened. Let's now have a look at a written example. Here, you can see this student has considered the research methods used in 3 studies and has described what they did, in this instance, using semi-structured interviews to gather information from participants. Also, it's important to note that the student has demonstrated their breadth of reading here, as 3 different studies are referred to. This is good practice. Moving on from the descriptive questions, you can delve a little deeper by considering questions such as how does something happen, perhaps detailing the processes, and why does something happen. For example, considering the causes and linking to relevant theories. These questions allow you to analyze the information. To continue with the previous example, we can now see how the student has analyzed the impact of using semi-structured interviews. They have done this by informing the reader how and why they work for this particular area of research. Advancing from analysis of the information, higher order thinking skills can be further established by evaluating. Here, you might consider questions such as what if, so what, and or what's next. These questions can help you to provide judgments, which could determine the strengths and or limitations of the research and establish future recommendations. To continue with the same example, you can now see how the student has progressed from analyzing and has now evaluated the research method by providing a critical judgment. In this case, a limitation of the studies examined, the so what. Additionally, the student provides a recommendation for future research, what's next. In offering a recommendation, the student has also found their own voice. Again, this is good practice as it demonstrates they understand the evidence provided beforehand. So to summarize, when making the transition into your second year, make sure you check your program and module details on Surrey Learn to understand the requirements of your assessments. Ensure you manage your time effectively to cope with the increased workload and standards expected of you. Try to make being critical a habit when studying, learning, and producing assessments. To do so, you could access the critical thinking model and apply relevant questions to your critical thinking, reading, and writing. Consider how the questions can help you progress from a description to analysis and finally to an evaluation. For further support with managing your time, being critical, and for any other academic skill, please visit our Splash and Academic Skills Development website to understand more about how our workshops, drop-in services, and pre-booked appointments can help you. If you'd like further information regarding how to research effectively in your second year, please see the additional resource attached to this website.